Hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Otis Frampton Live. I am Otis and still alive, and that's good to know. Good to know for me, anyway. All right, tonight, I think this is the last episode of this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles / Daredevil piece. Because even if I don't finish it in the next hour, I think that there's just going to be some touch-ups needed to be done, and that is all she wrote for it. So I'll likely be replacing this slot on the live stream with something different. Not sure what yet, but I'll let you know. And as I finish up these commissions, and I won't be taking new ones, I'll be adding some different things to the live stream to sort of give it some variety. So we'll see. For now, I've done some work on this off the show. Did some work on the background, did some work on the foreground, did some work on the big ground. Today I'm going to tackle painting in the water tower, giving some definition to that. And as always, I am paying attention to the chat rooms on Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble, so please feel free to chat with me. All right, let's get going here. I don't know how oh, you know what, let's do it this way. Not sure how I want to do this yet, but let's find out. So I'm going to select this. I don't think I want to give it too much definition. I think that'll be distracting. So let's just go with start painting in stuff. But just there it is. What happened to my layer? There it is. All right. And I have the really, looks like I didn't finish that. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's finish painting in the thing. I'm going to use this brush. Just want to get the... Can't leave it unpainted. So how's everybody's week going? I'm having a good week. Hopefully going to be sending out a newsletter tomorrow to my newsletter subscribers, making a bit of an announcement. We'll see about that. Either tomorrow or next week, I'm not sure. But if you're not subscribed already, please do, because I've got some news coming in. I'm going to be doing some regular newsletters from now on. I haven't in a while because I've been so busy with preparing for something, and that something is coming to fruition. So it's time to get back on the horse for newsletter stuff. I treat this like it's lit from below, I think. The same way that Matt Murdock is. The city is lighting everything from below, as it would. Separate layer. Hello, Ashtahan. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Ashtahan from Australia. Thanks for stopping by. So, yeah. Okay. I'm basically just adding on darker layers here to get us. Oh, come on. To give a sense of there being a water tower. Not really painting in exact details. I don't want to do that. Just the right details, just enough to imply. Oops. Come on. I'm just sort of eyeballing the opacity of the things I'm painting in. That's too bright. I'll probably merge all these down and paint directly on them. Still way too bright. There we go. Ashtahan. That's I got it right? Cool. Always nice when I can get that right. I always feel bad when I butcher people's names. Especially when they're sort of, it's when it's not really clear, because it's more of a handle than a name. But I try. Oh, looks like I forgot something there. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's try that again. There. Starting to take shape. Let's turn off the lines. See how it looks so far. Okay. start merging these down. Free up some layers. Really happy with how the background character turned out for sort of being, you know, in the distance, a little bit of haze on him, a little bit of shine. Yeah, sometimes it can be confusing. That's why it's really important to label your layers. Actually, yeah, gotta keep your layer management good. Where was I? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That is not the brush I wanted. Here we go. I'm going to pull that back. Let's see how far should I. When it comes, I showed something last time I worked on this little trick for gauging values in your work is to create a layer, set it to color mode, and then fill it with all black, and that way you can take a look and see if your values are good. I think I might need to do a little bit of rim lighting on this guy to make him pop from here, and depending on what I do, but so far everything else is okay. And one thing I saw last time is I kind of like the black and white version of this thing, so I may offer both versions to my client. It's so easy to do, although I might not leave it like fully black and white. We'll see. Maybe a little sepia tone. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the original comics, you know. Anyway, that's why I do value checks. Okay, where was I? All right, let's go back down. Already merged that down. Okay, good. Okay, let's add a little bit of detail. Not too much though. Just a little bit. Oh, it's gonna be so nice to have these commissions done and off my plate. My commission clients have been so patient with me. They are the best. They really are. So it'd be nice to have them done and off to their rightful owners. Be lighter, so I'm going to throw those in their own layer. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's try that again. These. There. I want those to be lighter. There. Oh, thanks. He's got bandages on his hands and on his face. I gotta add a little bit more detail here. But yeah, the implication is that he spent the day not lawyering, but daredeviling, and now he's doing some lawyer work with the turtles. come on. Change. Thank you. Merge. Gotta keep merging. Okay. Let's add some base shadow for the turtle up there, which I haven't done yet. It's too dark, but I'm gonna lighten that up. Just want a little shadow where he's touching. Just to connect the character a little bit more. There. I wish I was a better sort of natural painter and knew, more of what I was doing, but I tend to build things up in layers like this. And merge down. All right, I think if I add too many more details to that thing, it's going to detract from, it's going to just be too much busyness. One thing that I'm probably going to do here is, I really don't like, the line art I did for the building in front works fine for like the original artwork, but I'm not crazy about how it's looking in the digitally colored version. So let's go up here, let's isolate that. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do a little bit more filling in. It's a little too rough for me for the digital version. I need it a little more solid. So I'm going to add a little bit of detail to it in certain ways that I think that it's going to need to be a little more solid. Same for the edging here. I do regret losing some of that detail, but I think that it's just too distracting. But we'll see how I feel when it's done. I can always undo, but I think my instinct here is right to make him a little bit more solid. I think that's better. For some reason my sort of scraggly ink line just wasn't working once I colored the line art. But That's better. All right, so what I was going to do here, let's go to the shade layer. Stick to that. Go in and lighten that just a little bit. Just sort of softly erasing over it. I don't want it that bright. There. All right, so I said I was going to do a little bit of, let's get a bright blue, there we go. Do a little edge work on this guy, give him a little bit more. I think I need it brighter, so let's create a new layer for it. There we go. Yeah, that helps separate him from the background. That works. Label that so I know what it is. Edge light. Yeah, that already works better. Check my values real quick. But not as much as I'd like. What can I do there? I can add a little bit. All right, let's do this. Just throw a little bit more haze right there. That works. I was gonna add details to the moon, but right now I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I'll test it out, but it might work better as just a solid, you know, I don't want to detract from the turtle. So let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to lighten this a little. helps them stand out a little bit more too. Wow, I'm actually really close. Clouds, I don't know if you can see the clouds on this. They're in there, but I basically used a brush I really like for just sort of abstract clouds. It's paintbrush bristles. I think it's one of the Procreate native Procreate paint tools, but I like just dragging it across for some clouds. Let's see. One thing I wanted to do. Let's create a new layer. I'll call that shadow. No, that's the wrong. Let's drag it up here. Now I'm going to select the shade layer. And on that new layer, I'm just going to airbrush in a little bit of shadow just in the edges here. Just to give him a little bit more. I'm going to turn that down a little bit too. Right now, I'm just trying to get the... that works. They really pop. That's good. Maybe a little darker. So I can pop a little more. All right. Might be close to done with this thing. Let's close up all my groups. I wanted to tweak the cloud layer a little bit with the Liquify tool. I love pushing things around with the Liquify tool just to tweak certain things. I use it a lot when I'm doing layouts or character designs, just to give myself an extra way of pushing the design, pushing the shapes. Like if I haven't gone far enough, I'll grab the Liquify tool and start pushing and pulling to see what I can come up with. That's better. It's a good tool to have on hand. That's why I have it on my quick shape menu here. Oh, that didn't help. But I have it as one of my 6 tools that I can easily access, along with a couple other things that are important. You can set those up in preferences. It's a handy thing to do. And with the new Apple Pencil Pro, all you gotta do is squeeze the Apple Pencil, and it comes up. Otherwise, I think it was a 3-finger tap before. I honestly don't remember it. That's so funny. I used it so many times in the past, and now a few months later, I forgot what it was. So, I know what I wanted to do. There is one more thing before I think I'm done with this thing. I wanted to... Let's grab a dark green. I'm going to lock the pixels on the turtle on the line art layer. Not dark enough. Let's grab a darker one. I think I want it to be brighter, so let me color this. Actually, so I'm coloring the line art here. I've locked the pixels and I'm coloring the line art itself. I want their freckles to be a darker color. So what I'm going to do is take Do a hue saturation adjust. There. It's not too much darker, but now I'm going to select that color. There. Now I can go in and paint the rest of them. You know, I'm probably going to actually end up painting the ones in shadow a little darker ultimately, because they're not showing up as much. So I'll do that in a second. I'll just hit the ones that aren't in shadow first. Let's get the other guy. Lock his pixels too. Okay, let's go back up here. So I'm going to select these, darken it a little bit. There we go. Now let's go in and select that color. Okay, now I can do the ones in shadow. It's a subtle thing, and maybe it won't even be noticed, but I'll know it's different. And now do the same for background man. Wait, it really shows up there. Can really tell the difference there. All right. Oh, my Justin. Yep. Whew. The Flower Child 3 says, love the line work. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Okay. I think that's it. I need to, as I often say, step away from it. This is especially important to do when you're nearing the end of something. You're finishing up a piece. It's important to, when you think you're done, put it aside, come back to it, a little bit later, fresh eyes, and you'll usually see something that you want to change or alter or fix or undo. Sometimes that happens. I'm not sure. I'm too, it's a forest for the trees kind of situation right now. All I see are the trees, the little details, the little things. I'm not seeing it as a whole piece right now. It happens. So, all right. Well, that was a short show tonight. A quick 35-minute show. I like that. Tomorrow I'm going to be back at 2 p.m. Central. I wasn't able to do a show yesterday, so I'll be doing more work on the Captain America commissions tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll be away for the weekend. I hope everybody comes back to watch more. Please like, share, subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, Rumble, X, Facebook. I always forget something. All that stuff, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.